All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark stepping out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Freak.
You know, he's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through to reach this point. It has to be emotional.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve. His family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid in anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Pistons leading by 3.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
And so it's Atlanta with it. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And that bucket right there, folks, is the first official NBA basket from Freak.
You know, there should be a lot more of those ahead. I mean, he's no flash in the pan, guys. I mean, he's going to be around this league a long time.
Certainly appears that way to me, too. I mean, he's got the confidence and ability of a player who's capable of being a fixture in this league for years.
And, guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Moore is a screen. Johnson with a screen on Scott. Pass to Meeks. 5 to shoot. Here's Jackson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jackson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Hawks trail by 4.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, And I think to myself, what are these people talking about? An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going. Your very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders. Let's take a look at the players who were the best on the glass a season ago. Second, Andre Drummond.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers, really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And the Pistons making a change here. Baines is checked in. They set the pick. Johnson, the pass to Meeks. Here's Baines. Rebound, Atlanta.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct. Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
And Meeks kicks to Baines. To the inside. And Jackson gets it to go. Jackson's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
And Meeks kicks to Jackson. Again, the Pistons score.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Freak. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Got it off in time, but it's no good. Tie game in Atlanta. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life. Now that it's finally here, the feeling's pretty crazy. But I know it's just the beginning. I got a lot of hard work ahead of me to get to where I want to go, to be the best player and the best teammate I could be. But this is an exciting first step, no doubt.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most. It's a completely new group for Atlanta. Pistons leading by 4. Freak, he's in at the point. Splitter is out there with Humphries. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Teague in a 2-guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And they also show up in the top 5 in shooting percentage. This is a team that knows how to execute its offense and get good shots.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend.
Atlanta making a switch here. Scott's checked in.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist total, hey, they've been clearly the better team.
The Hawks leading to the left wing. Splitter sets a screen for T. The 11-footer, and the Hawks getting another basket right there. Detroit's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Johnson kicks to Morris. That's good.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Splitter sets a screen to the left side wing. Meeks with the steal. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is shooting. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Okay.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first one. Third quarter starting here now. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Johnson, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. On the floor for Detroit, we've got Johnson. Marcus Morris is out there with Aaron Baines. Then it's Jody Meeks, and it's Jackson in a point guard. And Morris drops them both.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
Here's Splitter, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Atlanta.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Johnson. Meeks, good. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Freak with it. Picked by Humphries. Hardaway with it. Guarded now by Jackson. There's the bucket. Good.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
And he banks in the layup.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Freak kicks to Scott. From 12 feet out. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?